What's good, YouTube? Arnado here, back for another video. Hope everyone's doing well, having a good week so far, and had an even better weekend. If you didn't have a great weekend, well, hopefully this weekend coming up makes up for it. But anyways, let's keep moving. So, there's a lot of energy on this planet right now. A lot of white supremacist energy coming up, or white supremacist energy coming up. For me, it's just, or what I want to share is I hope black people are aware that this is our season. The reason this KKK mentality is kind of thriving right now is because we are in retaliation season. God is starting that process already. All these disasters on earth, I hope people are not thinking that these are just the weather machines, because the whole point of why these weather machines and weather modification talk is so popular now is that this is the devil's design. Right now we are in the season of God's justice, God's vengeance. And God takes his vengeance out on the earth. So the whole point of why now all this narrative of weather machines and weather this and weather that is so when we do see a natural disaster, instead of realizing who and where that came from, God really effed them up. Instead, we will say, oh, that's the government that did this. Or is it the government? It's to the point that we're not even sure anymore when something happens. That's by design. The devil is trying his best right now to keep us black people, to keep us from realizing that we are in our retaliation season. This is the season, this is the best season to be alive. It's the best or it's the worst. It's the best season if you're with God. It's also the worst season, even if you're with God, because you're going to go through the most shit you've gone through now before you even get to the goodness of this retaliation season. But this is the season of endurance too. You kind of have to it's not easy, but you kind of have to bite down and keep your head on its swivel, whatever the saying is. But the main focus of this video is that all this white supremacist energy and all this racist lingo and the racism that's just kind of coming back out again. You see, the American government has changed its flag to it's now 9 stars versus the 50. If you go to all the educational websites and the government websites and all this, they've changed the flag. And the 9 stars, and I forgot the details of it, but it has to do with the Confederacy. It has to do with the Confederate flag, and it's tied into that movement in a sense, into that mentality in a sense. And America is doing it quietly behind closed doors where you are not paying attention. You're so distracted with Diddy and you're so distracted with this and that and that and this. You're not seeing how America is slowly moving. And I made a video a long time ago saying how America is trying to return to slavery days because they brought Jim Crow laws back or some shit like that. I made a video, I'll tag it. Only for shit to be going more and more into that realm. But it's not mainstream. You won't know, because what you will know are all the distractions. But the reason we are moving back into that is not to fear black people. It's not to fear that, no, America is going backwards. No, it's because we are actually moving forward. We are in retaliation season. This is the season that is biblical. The enslavers will be enslaved. Picture that for a minute. It says the enslavers, read the Bible. I will find the verse if I can. But either way, start reading your Bible, black people. All I do on this channel is really just try to encourage y'all. Read the Bible. Start from Genesis and just gradually make your way back to the end of Revelations. Once you finish, you go right back to the beginning in Genesis and you start again. When you're done, you go right back to the beginning and you start again, because there's always going to be things the Bible is a book you read for life, and you still won't get every single thing. There will always be something to learn. But with all this energy going on right now, it's you turn on the news and it's one thing against black or another. Somebody talking some crazy shit about a black person or another. Somebody saying or so boldly expressing their dislike towards black or another. It's crazy. Crazy. They're getting more comfortable with it because they think they've won. They think they've won the war in a sense. They think they've won the overall race battle. Not knowing God, just putting them on ice, letting them simmer. I don't even say putting them on ice. He just Put them on low heat. Let them simmer out. Make them think they've won. They think they've won the war, but in reality, they only won the battle. Slavery was just a battle. But that was not a war. The actual war. What did DMX say? DMX's song, Ready to Meet Him. One of my favorite songs. He says, they still have us chasing the same fight. We're still fighting the same fight. Black hates white. White hates black. Same fight, same war. He says, but the real war that's actually going on is to follow the law of the Lord. Ready to meet him. But Americans are stuck in this white versus black, black versus white. And that's intentional. They want you stuck in that zone because you don't see that the real fight is what's coming. The real fight is not, oh, whether I'm black or white or whatever. The real fight is what side of God's are you on? That's what you really need to be worrying about. Because right now, God is in his vengeance season. He's in his rageful season. So why are you so concerned about white or black or pink or blue or whatever? Have you thought about what God feels? Have you thought about if you're okay in God's eyes? Because when he comes, he's not coming. He doesn't care what color you are. I'll just put it that way. Is he coming for his blacks? Yes. His Israelites? Yes. His Africans? Yes. Is he coming? Yes. But does it mean every single black person is going to make it? God will kill a black person harder than he will kill some white people. Is he coming? Is he coming to avenge? Or is he coming to bring revenge to the white nations in a sense? Yes. But that doesn't mean all white people are going to just fall by the wayside. So it's not about white, black, this, that. First, it's about race because the powers that be have made it about race. It is first about race because until we get this world organized, and the only way to organize this world is if the world is ran by the rightful rulers, which is blacks. So first, you kind of have to make it about race because we have to get back to the proper leadership on earth. But now, once that's understood and established, it's really not even about race. It's about which side of God are you on? Because God will kill a lot of black people in case you think you're safe. We know he's coming to kill whites, but there's a lot of whites that won't get killed. So that lets you know it's really what's in your heart. But I'm leaving my topic because my topic was a lot of this KKK mindset that's going to be spreading and coming out harder. It's not a reason to even fear or panic. It just shows God is going to let that happen because we are in retaliation season. He's going to let these racists thrive in a sense because we are in retaliation season. This is the season for black vengeance. So the reason is that when black people do start getting theirs off, nobody can say why or what, or, that's not fair. Because no, we are seeing directly what's being responded to. You see, like God likes to let his enemies play their whole hand. God isn't going to kill you in the middle of your evil. No, he's not going to stop your evil in the middle of it. God wants your evil to be fully exercised. Why? So when he does retaliate, nobody can say, well, God, that's not fair. Why are you doing this? Because then all he has to say is, look at what they have been doing. God lets people's evil fully play out. He is not here to interrupt your game. That's kind of the whole point of free will. God is not here to interrupt. He's not here to control. That's the devil. God is not here to rule you with an iron fist. He's here to rule you in love, guide you on your journey, assist you with what you need help with. But he's not here to force you down any kind of throat, any kind of path. Or I guess I was trying to say force you down anyone's throat, but whatever. God lets people's evil fully play out so nobody can question why he had to do what he had to do. That's why we're seeing this slavery mentality, in a sense, kind of coming back out to remind us of where we're really at in America, to remind us of how these people really think in this country. If things were still smooth and this racist anthem wasn't popping off, and then all of a sudden God came blasting, people would be like, what the fuck, God? That's, we're all cool. We're all getting along. It's all peaceful. Well, why are you doing this? But if now we are seeing these people in their real elements, and then all of a sudden God starts blasting, it's like, of course, it makes sense. It makes sense. Because why wouldn't you take these people out? So Black people should have this is the season to really be happy, to really be to be so jubilant. And I believe that's the word, to be jubilant in your affairs, jubilant in your life. This is the time to celebrate your existence. If you're a Black person that's with God, though, if you're a Black person talking about you don't know God, woo, this might be the season for you to run for cover. Yes, just being real, man. I don't know how to not give you the truth here on Onedo's Thoughts when it comes to God and all things spiritual, because that's the foundation of this channel. God is not a nice guy. I don't know how else to say it. God is not a nice guy. I know we think he is. God is all love, and he is if he loves you. If he knows you. If he chooses you, he is. If he doesn't, whoo, that nigga's a monster. And we're in the season where we are about to see his most monstrous side. This is the most serious time in life to really make sure you are really good with God. Like, he is not playing around in this season. So as Black people, when we start to see all this obnoxiousness coming out from all these races, look at the Mexicans and the Latinos and just their disdain towards Black that just kind of got really revealed just throughout this whole election season and everything. Like, God is letting everything come out. Because once upon a time, Blacks in this country have considered Mexicans allies and Latinos allies. So it's, to me, to just see how, like, damn, Mexicans, y'all really fumbled. Like, A, y'all fumbled, and B, y'all really let Black Americans, like, not that you let them down, because you don't want to put it that way, but it's just like, damn, shame on y'all. Because fuck. Black people have included Mexicans in every fight that they have had. Like, that's crazy to me. Black Americans have included Mexicans and Latinos in every single fight they have gone after. It has always been for Black and brown people. Black people did not have to include that brown, but they always did. So to then see how it evolved for Mexicans and these Latinos to then turn around and really still show how they feel, whoo, that's cold as fuck to me, man. That's disgusting to me. And God sees that. This is not just a vengeance or a retaliation against white people. Every nation on earth benefited from the transatlantic slave trade. Every nation on earth. Every nation on earth mistreats Black people. Whether you are an African or whether you are a Black from somewhere else, it doesn't matter. You have this skin shade, you are being mistreated. Whether you are on the North American continent, the South American continent, whether you are in Australia, whether you are anywhere in Asia, it doesn't matter where you go. You have this skin. You are the most disrespected as far as collectively as a group. I don't want to hear the one random Black person or the one random African that's like, oh, they love me in China. Great for you. Great for you. But collectively, we know how these people view us. Look at how Chinese treat in Africa, the audacity they show Africans. Here in America, the audacity they show Black Americans. It's like, nigga, every race, every tribe on earth gives the most disrespect to Black people. God sees this. This is not a coincidence either. Black people are special as fuck. And there's a reason innately, subconsciously, Spiritually, every other race is just naturally against us. That's cool. It's testament to our greatness. So I'm not saying it to like, oh, sadness. No, that's awesome. It means we are the shit. So we got a whole bunch of haters. Period. But what that means when we start seeing these people show their hands, we see the Latino tribe, how their hand has been exposed in a sense. White people, their realness is coming out again. Talking about they want a race war. If you think it's only that white girl that feels that, you're crazy. Nigga, this is white people, especially white Americans. Especially whites in America. So God is going to let all this come out. So when he does retaliate on our behalf, nobody can say anything. We are in retaliation season for Black people. And Black people need to start realizing this. You need to start moving accordingly. And how do you move accordingly? By showing God you understand. By showing God you're with him. Up your prayers. Up your walk with God. Up how much you talk to him. Show him you are ready for his retaliation to come back. Show him you are ready for his defense in your life. Show him you are ready for him to show up in this planet for you in the biggest way. Check your Bibles. It says once God is done with this season, till this day, all we talk of is how God brought the Israelites out of Egypt and how just amazing and spectacular and just downright absurd the events were. Till this day, that's what we always talk about. When we always go to speak on how God shows his power, we always revert to that. The Bible says that when he is done with this season, ain't nobody even going to remember Egypt and Israel. Like what? Like that's going to be small time compared to how God is coming through in this time. So your job as Black people is to simply get right with him. So when he does come, he is seeing you, not picking you off. He is picking you up. That's the goal. You need him. You need to be in front of him. Your hand needs to be raised for him to see you and acknowledge you. You need to take advantage of this season coming for you. This is a glorious time if you're Black. But if you don't see it, it's not going to be glorious. You're going to get caught up in the madness of this world. Because it's only going to get mad. In the Israelite time in Egypt, when Egypt was going through it, the Israelites were in Egypt while Egypt was getting completely fucked up and destroyed. The Israelites were amongst them, just separated. Same thing. So you have to make sure you are good with God in this season, so that when he does bring his destruction to America, you are in safety, away from all that. You are somewhere where God is like, cool, now move. Because if you're out here amongst them, I'll have to make another video, because Black Americans are so diehard for America. And it's like, this is the place of your punishments. This is not supposed to be the place you claim so much as home. I get it. But at the same time, you have to do research. Because you're the Black people that's trying so hard to align themselves to America, but God's judgment is coming against America. So you trying to align to where he is about to send bombs to, basically? You're trying to align to where he is sending nothing but destruction to? What do you think will happen to you if you braced up with America? No, you're supposed to mentally be separating from America. You're supposed to mentally be aware that, this is not your actual home. You are here. You guys have you've made an amazing job of it. You've done great for yourselves. Look at it that way. You made the most with the scraps you were given. And y'all were able to come out, you thrived, you did things for yourself, awesome. But you should still know that this is just where you were able to make the scraps work. You were able to do something with the nothing that was expected from you. You were able to do stuff in this destructive land. You were able to create a culture. You were able to create a life. You were able to create whatever it is you wanted. You were able to create something out of this. But nonetheless, you still see the madness in this. You mentally still need to be aware that, yo, America is not, this is not where we're supposed to be. This is just where we are. You're supposed to have enough hindsight, do enough research on yourselves, my God, and your history to know that. Because Black American, you get offended if somebody says you're not American, but we're not saying it to knock. We're saying that you're actually from something greater. But if you mentally keep choosing America, well, God is going to destroy you right along with what you're attaching yourself to. God is not going to separate you from America. Like, he's not doing the job for you. He's not. I promise you that. God is simply coming, and the ones that have done the job, he is taking. The ones that still playing stupid, it's YouTube, so I gotta watch how many times I say the K-I-L word, LL word. God is not doing that work. He's not coming to help you separate. He expects you to see and do that work for yourself. Because when he's coming with destruction for some, blessings for others. It's up to you. Which one are you choosing? But I promise you right now, if you're a Black American and you are so like gung-ho about America, and this is my home, I love it so much, this is my place, everything about it is great, and this is mine, and look at, oh, how amazing, well, whoo! God is going to not take it easy on you. God is not going to see you. I'll just put it that way. He's not going to see you. He's seeing the ones that have enough wisdom to know to remove themselves from his destructive path. He's going to keep an eye out for the ones that kept an eye out for him. He's going to keep an eye out for the ones that knew to move out of the way. If you see somebody aiming a gun in this direction, should you not duck or move out the way, out of their range? But what Black Americans are doing is you're seeing God with his gun aimed at America, and y'all like fucking are jumping in front of this shit, talking about, no, that's me, I'm American. And God is like, he's trying to like aim it away from you, but you keep putting yourself in front of it. You have a little bit of time in this season, but God, it's what you gonna do when time is up. God like, well, and he lets open that barrel. Like, Black Americans, move out of America mentally. Mentally. Ain't nobody talking physical. Physical, God will do that. Mentally, you have to be aware of what's coming to face America. America is the place of God's destruction and his judgment. So if you are mentally aligned and tied to this place, every judgment that's coming will face you. You think all these floods happening in Texas and in New Jersey, these are not just coincidences. These are not coincidences. I done had hella dreams about it. This is not a coincidence, people. America is doomed. So if you are aligning yourself with it, I don't want to get repetitive,